ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतो गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ भूमिर्भूम्नाद्योर्वरिणान्तरिक्षं महित्वा उपस्थेते देव्यदिदेऽग्निमन्नादमन्नाद्यायाददे आयङ्गौ वृष्णिरक्रमीदसनन्मातरं पुनः पितरं च प्रयन्सुवः त्रिगुंशद्धामविराजति वाक्पतङ्गाय शिश्रिये प्रत्यस्य वहद्युभिः अस्य प्राणादपानत्यन्तश्चरति रोचना व्यख्यन्महिषः सुवः यत्त्वा क्रुद्धः परोवपमन्युनायतवर्त्या सुकल्पमग्ने तत्तव पुनस्त्वोतीपयामसि यत्ते मन्युपरोक्तस्य पृथिवीमनुदध्वसे आदित्या विश्वे तद्देवा वसवश्च समाभरन् मनो ज्योतिर्जुषतामाज्यं विच्छिन्नं यज्ञगुं समिमं दधातु बृहस्पतिर्तनुतामिमं नो विश्वे देवा इह मादयन्ताम् मेदिनी देवी वसुन्धरा स्याद्वसुधा देवी वासवी ब्रह्मवर्चसः पितॄणागश्रोत्रं चक्षुर्मनः देवी हिरण्यगर्भिणी देवी प्रसूवरी सदने सत्यायने सीदा समुद्रवती सावित्री हनो देवी मह्यङ्गी महीधरणी महोव्यतिष्ठा शृङ्गे शृङ्गे यज्ञे यज्ञे विभीषिणी इन्द्रपत्नी व्यापिनी सुरसरिदिहा वायुमती जलशयनी श्रियं धाराजा सत्यं दोपरिमेदिनी श्वोपरि दत्तं परिगाया विष्णुपत्नी महीं देवीं माधवीं माधवप्रिया लक्ष्मी प्रियसखीं देवीं नमाम्यच्युतवल्लभा धनुर्धरायै विद्महे सर्वसिद्ध्यै च धीमहि तन्नो धराः प्रचोदयात् महीं देवीं विष्णुपत्नीमजूर्यां प्रतीचीमेनागुं हविषा यजामः त्रेधा विष्णुरुगायो विचक्रमे महीं दिवं पृथिवीमन्तरिक्षं तच्छ्रोणैति श्रव इच्छमाना पुण्यग्श्लोकं यजमानाय कृण्वते नीलां देवीगुं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये गृणाहि घृतवती सवितराधिपत्यै पयस्वतीरन्धिराशानो अस्तु ध्रुवादिशां विष्णुपत्न्यघोरास्येषा नासहसोया मनोता बृहस्पतिर्मातरिश्रोतवायुः सन्धुवाना वाता अभिनो गृणन्तो विष्टम्बो दिवो तरुणः पृथिव्या अस्येषा नाजगतो विष्णुपत्नी यश्छन्दसा वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासम् शरीरं मे विचर्षणम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय मेधा देवी जुषमाणा न आगाद्विश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्यमाना त्वया जुष्टानुदमाना दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वदेम विदते सुवीरा त्वया जुष्ट ऋषिर्भवति देवि त्वया ब्रह्मागतः श्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुष्टश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्वद्रविणो न मेधे मेधां म इन्द्रो दधातु मेधां देवी सरस्वती मेधां मे अश्विनावुभावा दत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु च या मेधा गन्धर्वेषु च यन्मनः दैवी मेधा सरस्वती सामां मेधा सुरभिर्जुषताग स्वाहा आमा मेधा सुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगति जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा पिन्वमाना सामा मेधा सुप्रतीका जुषन्ताम् मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो दधातु मयि मेधा मयि प्रजां मयि इन्द्र इन्द्रियं दधातु मयि मेधा मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो दधातु हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात् सहस्रपरमा देवी शतमूला शताङ्कुरा सर्वगुं हरतु मे पापं दूर्वातु स्वप्ननाशनी काण्डात् काण्डात् प्ररोहन्ति परुषः परुषः परि एवानो दूर्वे प्रतनु सहस्रेण शतेन च या शतेन प्रतनोषि सहस्रेण विरोहसि तस्यास्ते देवीष्टके विधेम हविषा वयम् अश्वक्रान्ते रथक्रान्ते विष्णुक्रान्ते वसुन्धरा शिरसा धारयिष्यामि रक्षस्व मां पदे पदे राजाधिराजाय प्रसह्य साहिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे समे कामां कामकामाय मह्यम् कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीमहीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति। शान्ति शान्ति। सिंहासनेश्वरी चिदग्निकुण्ड सम्भूता देवकार्यसमुद्यता संसारपङ्क निर्मग्ना समुद्धरण पंडिता यज्ञप्रिया यज्ञकर्त्री यजमान स्वरूपिणी गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्। अथ संहिता पाठः त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे
Decade back, my parents visited Dharmakshetra in Bombay for the first time. By the time the evening bhajans ended and they could spend some time in that place, the last bus to the railway station already left. They were helpless as they neither knew the location of the place nor the local language. They could not consult anyone for help. Suddenly, a stranger approached my father and inquired about his problem. Knowing my parents' problem, the stranger asked my parents to follow him, and he took them in a bus and then landed in a market. In the market, he started walking so fast that my parents had to run behind him. Suddenly, he took a right turn. My parents too did the same. Lo and behold, the person who guided them till that point was not found anywhere. Instead, the railway station where they had to reach was in front of their eyes. Brothers and sisters, this experience shows that if we call for Mother Sai from the depths of our hearts, she shall manifest there to protect us and guide us along the right path. It is said that it is easy to love God, but it is difficult to earn God's love. So what is the best way to earn God's love? At this point, I am reminded of an incident which took place in the earlier days of Prasanthi Nilayam. Once, an elderly woman devotee was waiting for many days to get an interview from Swami, but Swami was not accepting her request. One day, she took the courage to stand up when Swami came for darshan, and she said boldly in Telugu, "Swami, nuvu rala madhyalo puttavu, rala madhyalone perigavu, nee gunde kuda raye," which means, Swami, you were born amidst rocks, you were brought up amidst rocks, even your heart is a rock. To this, our most loving mother, in the most sweet way, replied, "Amma, idi nijame, nenu rala madhyalone putti periganu, kaani na gunde rayi kaadu, na gunde navanitam, bhaktula chese prarthanalaku karigipotundi," which means, Amma, it is indeed true that I was born and brought up amidst rocks, but my heart is not a rock. My heart is butter. It melts to the warmth of a devotee's prayer. Therefore, Swami himself has given us a way through which we can earn his love and grace, and that is heartfelt prayer. A prayer which is made with utmost sincerity, devotion, and wholeheartedness will be surely answered by our Divine Mother. At this point, I would like to share with you all an experience of my own. Last year, when I joined for my 11th standard, I always prayed Swami to grant me one darshan when he is sitting on the golden throne in the sanctum sanctorum of the bhajan hall. My prayers continued for months, but there was no reply from Swami. I did not lose hope. Instead, my prayers became more and more intense. Few days before my birthday, in the month of November, one night I had a beautiful dream. In that dream, I was searching for Swami in this very same Sai Kulwant hall and finally reached the place outside interview room. Swami emerged out of the interview room, looked at me and posed a question in Hindi. "Vapas aa gaya kya? Did you come back?" I could not answer Swami. Looking at my confused face, Swami took me inside the bhajan hall and sat on that very same golden throne and made me sit near his divine lotus feet, looked into my eyes, and gave a beautiful smile, which shall remain in my memory forever and ever, as this is the best ever birthday gift I have ever received, that too from the Divine Mother herself. The glory of Swami's love and compassion cannot be compiled into any number of books, even if we take the support of the best of the authors or use oceans of ink, as his glory is boundless. At this point, I recollect one of the interactions between Swami and Narsimurthy sir, the ex-warden of Vrindavan Hostel. Once, when sir was interacting with Swami, Swami explained the significance behind the sculptures in Prasanthi Mandir. Immediately, sir made a request that he would like to compile a book on this, so that the entire mankind would come to know about the glory of Swami's love and compassion. Swami did not give him the permission, saying, if a mother gives food or clothes to her child, does she expect that it should be published in a newspaper? Similarly, myself and my works do not require any publicity. Whatever I give to the world, I give like a mother. Brothers and sisters, this shows the intensity of love and grace that our Divine Mother showers on her children. Our beloved Swami is the mother of entire creation. He takes care of the well-being and upliftment of all the aspects of creation. He is the mother of the entire creation. At this point, I am reminded of yet another experience of a devotee. Once, a devotee went to bed, probing deep into the mystery of life and death, and praying to Swami to show him a way out of this. That night, Swami appeared in his dream and started laughing heartily. Suddenly, Swami disappeared, and a woman of celestial beauty appeared in his place. The woman started growing in size steadily, and she reached the skies. The devotee could see the entire creation in that lady. Then the voice of Mother Sathya Sai declared, the entire creation consists of my children. I take care of their well-being. They play the game of life, and I take pleasure in their game. When they get tired, I take them back into my bosom. Then, with utmost reverence, the devotee prostrated in front of the Divine Mother. When he stood up, he found Mother Sathya Sai in front of him. The devotee's question was answered, and this also proves that our Divine Mother is the mother of entire creation. She is Adi Parashakti herself. Swami always emphasized upon the point of educare. Once he said, in the previous yugas, the formless God came in the form of various avatars to kill the evil which existed separately from humans. But in Kali Yuga, evil lies within each and every human. And for one to kill this evil, he has to realize his own self. Swami even redefined the MBA program. He said, MBA means mind, body, and Atma concept. Mind is what others think you are. Body is what you think you are. And Atma is what you really are. When you realize what you really are, you will be able to kill the evil within yourselves and attain God. Swami emphasized that the medium of instruction in his educational institutions should be love, service, and sadhana. He said, the goal of today's education should not be to merely give bookish knowledge. Instead, it should make a man spiritually evolved. Swami always wanted that his students should have the head of Adi Shankaracharya, heart of Buddha, and hands of Janaka Maharaja. So let us vow on this holy occasion to fulfill Swami's wish. Our beloved mother has gone nowhere. She has spread everywhere. She is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. She knows everything. It is for us to experience within us and everywhere around us. We have to feel her presence everywhere. This should be the main aim for us today. We have to always hold on to our Divine Mother so as to earn her boundless love, grace, and compassion. I feel myself blessed to be a student of His when I can experience Him within me and everywhere around me. When the dark clouds fill your skies, hiding sunshine from your eyes, Say his name, see his form. Hold on, hold on, Sai Ram. Say his name, see his form. Hold on. When things are getting tough and you feel it's enough, feel his name, see his form. Hold on, hold on, Sai Ram. Say his name, see his form. Hold on. Keep a smile and say I can love and serve your fellow men. Say his name, see his form. Hold on, hold on, Sai Ram. Say his name, see his form. Hold on. Say his name, see his form. Hold on. Say his name, see his form. Hold on. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
Om Shri Sai Ram. With humility and love, I offer myself at the divine lotus feet of my most beloved Bhagwan. Respected elders, my dear brothers and sisters, a loving Sai Ram to one and all. 14th June 1999, my first day at the Shri Sathya Sai Primary School. After completing the admission formalities, I was led straight to the dining hall. The evening tiffin was mangoes sent by Bhagwan. 30th May 2010. Even as I entered the Shri Sathya Sai Junior Boys Hostel for my 12th standard, I noticed at the entrance several gift-wrapped baskets. Bhagwan had sent mangoes for all of us. 11 long years had passed, but his love remained just the same. And it's this changeless, unconditional love that has nurtured, guided, guarded, and molded us. Speaking of his love, I'm reminded of a wonderful incident, which in fact was mentioned by the previous speaker, but I feel it's my duty to share it since I was fortunate to be a part of it. It was one of those beautiful Thursday mornings. We had all come for Bhagwan's darshan from the primary school. We were seated here, and prasadam was being distributed. Swami glided and came near us. He inquired from the boy seated in the first row if he had received the prasadam. The boy stood up and replied in the negative. Bhagwan immediately called one of the serving boys and himself gave a laddu to this little boy. After this, Bhagwan said, brothers may forget you, but your mother will never forget you. This statement and this incident goes a level beyond. For this boy was suffering from severe jaundice, and so oily food items were a strict no. We, his brothers, had completely forgotten that he had jaundice, that he should not have the oily laddu, and had passed on a laddu to him, which he had of course refused. But Bhagwan, the Divine Mother, knew that her little child was suffering from jaundice and remembered that he had to bless him with the prasadam to recover, even without the boy asking for his blessings. Thus, he blessed him with the laddu made special with his divine touch. Needless to say, within 3 days, the boy was completely all right. How true it is. Brothers may forget you, but your mother will never forget. For the mother lives only for the sake of her children. Throughout his life, each and every day that our Bhagwan lived was only for our sake. Each and everything that he did was for our happiness. His was a life that epitomized the truth that love never claims, it ever gives. And when he gave, he just didn't give something. He gave himself completely. I remember in my 5th standard, when one fine day Bhagwan decided to distribute torches. A few months before that, he had fallen and fractured his hip bone. But in spite of that unbearable pain, he stood and with a loving smile, personally gave torches to not one or two of us, or to the students of 1 or 2 classes, but to each and every one of us, right from the 1st standard till the 7th standard. He underwent that terrible pain just to see that smile and happiness on our little faces. As I stand here, I'm reminded of the wonderful lines of Khalil Gibran. Love gives not but itself, and takes not but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. As it is said, that the only glory is his story, and the only story is his glory. And so I can go on narrating several such incidents of his love. But I would like to pause and flip the coin. That is, Bhagwan loves me, but how much do I love him? The omniscient master that he is, he has already given all the answers to my questions, which are contained in his books, his discourses, or his conversations with the students. And the gracious master that he is, he ensures that these answers reach me. And so Bhagwan's reply to my question, how much do I love him, is a part of a conversation which he once had with the students around him. Bhagwan asked the students, what happens in a marriage? And he himself went on to give the answer. The bride's side welcomed the bridegroom's party. All the guests are cordially welcomed. First, the guests are fed. Then, people from both the sides sit down and enjoy the wonderful feast. Realizing that some food is still left, they give it to the workers, to the catering people, to the cleaners, and so on. And still some food is left. With no other option, they throw it in the dustbin. A hungry dog comes there and eats this food from the dustbin. And Bhagwan then says, same is the case with your love. You give your love first to your family, then to your relatives, to your friends, to your colleagues, to your neighbors, and to everybody. And finally, you throw away the remnants of your love. And God, in his infinite love and compassion, comes searching for that love and accepts it. When I hear these words, I realize how true they are. And I'm ashamed at my selfishness and indifference. Filled with a resolve to change, I plead, dearest Bhagwan, how do I increase my love for you? And he replies, to love means to follow. And so, the only way to increase your love is to express it by following my teachings. His reply doesn't end here, for he continues to say, when you send a letter by the registered post, acknowledgement should come back in response that the letter has reached its destination. If that does not happen, how can you take it for granted that the letter has reached its destination? Similarly, when you say, I love you, and I'm yours, I should call you mine. That acknowledgement should come from me, and that will happen only when you achieve the state elucidated by me. Eager to be called his, and thus be near and dear to him, I plead, dearest Bhagwan, describe to me the state elucidated by you, the level set by you for me. And his reply to this is in the form of a poem inspired by him. The poem goes thus. Dear, dear loved one, you ask, how will you know when I am near you? On a sultry night, when everything is hot and still, the first cool breeze brushes your cheeks. I am caressing you. Think of me. When I sprinkle your face with the rain and wash the earth, the dry brown leaves, the first smell of clean rain, I am cleansing you. Think of me. And then you ask, how will you know when you are near me? When the burning sun has scorched you and the earth, and the sand and the dust fill your eyes, not a sliver of shade about, and you love me. When loneliness is accompanied by hunger, and not one can be satisfied, and you love me. When your lips are cracked, your tongue feels like clay, your throat seals up. There's no water about, not even a mirage in sight, and you love me. When you hold a dying child with eyes pleading, and you love me. When pain becomes unbearable, you smile, and you love me. When I take from you your most cherished possession, on the first loss of your sight, darkness envelops you, and you love me. For everything you see, hear, smell, taste, or touch belongs to me. So how can you give to me what I already am but your love? And that I gave to you before time began as your sole possession. When you return it to me, then I will know that you are truly mine, and I will dissolve your sorrows and happiness into me. And now I'm awed and silenced. For I know that I have miles and miles to travel on this journey of love, and that the only thing that can keep me going on this path is His grace and His blessings. And so I pray to Him for that, which He has often told is the only thing worth praying. Dearest Bhagwan, give me the strength to love you from the bottom of my heart till the last breath of my life. Thank you, Dasara.
Tvameva mata cha, pita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha, sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, Sri Sai Deva. Offering my loving and grateful pranams at Bhagwan's divine lotus feet. Revered elders, my dear brothers and sisters, a loving Sairam to one and all. I would first like to thank Bhagwan for having given me this wonderful opportunity to share my thoughts with this holy gathering. And for the next 15 minutes, I would like to dwell upon three fundamental questions based on why, what, and how. Why? Why is it that Bhagwan incarnated on this earth? And why is it that He has called us all to His divine lotus feet? I understand and I am aware that I am not completely capable of adequately answering this question, and hence would rely a lot on Bhagwan's own words in attempting to answer it. We are living in times where we have mastered regions far away in the moon and perhaps beyond the solar system, while remaining slaves to every gust of malice and fear. We are able to travel at over 1,000 miles per hour but with a mind which is weighed down by the dark impulses of the savage past. We are caught by the tentacles of restlessness caused by the want of knowledge of the relative unimportance of worldly things. Swami says, knowledge has grown beyond the capacity of character and hence is very dangerously poised. Swami has come to wake up each one of us. He gives this example. When a man is dreaming that a cheetah is chasing him, he's extremely afraid. The surest, the quickest, and the easiest way to relieve him of his fear is not to chase away the cheetah. Neither is it to help him run faster, but it is simply to wake him up. But the irony is, we need somebody who is awake in order to wake up a man who is dreaming. And in the present time, when all of humanity is lost in dreams, or perhaps in deeper slumber, the fully awake, the supreme consciousness itself, had to take a human form in order to shake us out of our false notions of assumed reality. Bhagavan has come for all of us, emphasizing that he has not come on behalf of any one religion, and also declaring that he is the supreme one without the second, who is too big to fit into any one name, form, or religion. Swami says, I have come to restore Dharma, and therefore I will not and do not require your homage. Give it to your Lord, your Guru, or whoever he is. I am the witness, come to set right the vision. Once while referring to the Bhagavad Gita, Swami said, if you have as much vishada, meaning despair, that Arjuna had, then you have the adhikara, meaning competence, to receive the teaching which cured Arjuna. In the modern times, when mankind is steeped in illusion, with utter inability to distinguish between the right and the wrong, the real and the unreal, and the ephemeral and the eternal, the Vishada of Arjuna is indeed every man's grief, only compounded several times perhaps by the complete ignorance of who we really are. This grief of man, paradoxically, is the reason why God took a human form. Now, the second part of the why is it that Swami called us all to his divine lotus feet? There have been several answers to this question along the lines of punya, prapti, karma, etc., but none of which can adequately answer and give a reason to the immensity of the blessings that has been showered on each and every one of us. Blessings which some of us are yet to understand. Blessings which have been sown as seeds and are sure to blossom at the right time. Blessings which wear the cloak of difficulties which only take us nearer to the goal, but blessings all the same. Why did Bhagavan choose to bless us so much? In fact, Swami himself put this question to a group of Kodai boys whom he had chosen to accompany him in one of the years. And the students also tried in vain to answer it along the lines of punya and karma. And Swami dismissed all of them with a counter question. He asked them, you know, in the Himalayas, there are sages and saints who are meditating for decades and perhaps for centuries together to have one glimpse of me. Do you mean to say you have done more tapas and have more punya than any of these sages? The students were obviously floored and they waited for Bhagwan's own answer. And then Swami went on to say, it is merely my sankalpa and nothing else. Yes, brothers and sisters, it has been said over 100 times from this very stage, but let us remind ourselves for one more time that we are here because the Lord has willed it so. And Swami also reminds, he says, to the one to whom so much is given, much shall be demanded from. And here is a Lord to whom so much was given for decades together, and now it is time for each of us to act in gratitude. And that brings me to the second question, what? What did Bhagavan do all his life, and what is it that he expects us to do? In fact, the second speaker more than adequately answered this question. Bhagwan lived his life like a candle. He shed his light of love on each and every one of us, and in the process, he melted himself. And truly speaking, Swami didn't have to do any of what he did. In a letter which he wrote to his brother as a young boy, he said, "For me, the world is something afar, apart. I have nothing whatsoever to do with it. Yet I act and move about just for the sake of humanity." The very descent of the avatar itself is the assuming of a function and donning of a role by the roleless and the functionless. But yet Swami called us to him, spoke to us, laughed with us, took care of us, solved our problems, most importantly, loved us. Loved us like no mother could, no father could, nobody else on this earth could. He loved us so intensely that we felt overwhelmed by that love. And somewhere along the line, even without our knowledge, he sowed the seeds of change in each of us, and in many cases, in spite of us. Swami says, "I am an example and an inspiration in whatever I do or omit to do." Having set such a beautiful example, what is it that Bhagwan expects us to do? The answer, however, is Swami doesn't expect anything of us. If at all he expects anything, he expects that we be happy. Swami says, "I have come to give you the key to the treasure of bliss, for you have forgotten the way to blessedness. You ask of me tinsel and trash, petty little cures and promotions, worldly joys and comforts, and very few of me ask of me the thing that I have come to give, namely liberation itself." One evening, Swami had called all the students to the Purnachandra hall in order to distribute some gifts. All the students had assembled and they were eagerly awaiting Bhagwan and the gifts too. Swami came amidst the students, moved amidst them, and then instructed a few of the senior teachers to begin distributing the gifts. Once the distribution started, students quickly figured out that there were different types of gifts. Some of them were pens, erasers, pencils, the so-called inexpensive gifts. And there were the lucky ones who got the electric shavers, the electronic calculators, the so-called expensive gifts. Now this disparity made every student very keen on not just what he is getting, but also quite keen on what the other person is getting. And this comparison soon became a mild commotion. And when the students were so engrossed in the gifts, suddenly a hushed silence descended amidst them. They noticed that Bhagwan, who was until then moving among them, was slowly moving away. And once there was silence, Swami turned back, looked at the boys and asked, "Did everybody get the gifts?" The students gently nodded. And then with a rather disappointed look, Swami asked, "Now who among you want me?" So asking, he walked back to his residence. Indeed, a profound message. When we are caught in a dark room and when somebody brings a lantern along, there are two things that we could do. We could either use the light to collect all our belongings, or use the very same light to find the door to the dark room and be rid of darkness forever. Most of us, brothers and sisters, even as we are with Bhagwan, even as we do Bhagwan's work, sadly belong to the former category. Even as we do all of this, if we closely observe, we are really strengthening the walls of separation. We are strengthening our own identity, and we are not breaking the walls of the ego. And one of the main reasons for this is doership. When Lord Krishna gave the Vishwarupa Darshan to Arjuna, Arjuna saw the entire Kaurava army and the entire contingent plunging into the headlong, into the mouths of the fiery mouths of the Lord and meeting their doom and destruction. Arjuna was wonderstruck, and Krishna said, "Yes, Arjuna, I have willed both the battle and the result. What remains is mere completion of formalities, which shall be done with or without you." That is similarly our plight too. But this level of awareness is not easy to come by, because it requires that we rise to a level wherein we constantly realize that Bhagwan is the true wire puller of this universe, and we are mere puppets in his hands. And truly, this is Bhagwan's mission when he says, man has to be unmade and remade, with his ego destroyed and replaced with the transcendental consciousness. This is what he has come to teach, and this is what he is teaching to each and every one of us on a one-to-one basis. And it is indeed a tough task. Swami himself says, I am Nataraja, the king of dancers, and you're all my pupils. I alone know the agony of teaching you every step of the dance. Swami has come to teach us this dance, and what he expects of us is to learn the steps very quickly as a good student. And that brings me to the last question, how? How are we to change? Well, all the problems that we see in the outside world are but the reflections of the turmoil within the mind of man. And it being so, there can be no answer which can come from the mind which can solve this problem, for the mind itself is intrinsically a part of the problem. The problem is not so much the inability to think, but it is the inability to stop thinking. But there is no need to despair, for Swami says, I shall cure you slowly and patiently. The more slowly I do it, the more lasting it will be. When you listen to my story, you forget the story of the world, and you live in only my story until there is no other story for you to relate or live. To make you storyless is the scheme of my story. The answer to the how lies in love. Once Swami Vivekananda was having a satsang with his disciples, and he was spending several hours together answering each of the questions of the disciples. He was patiently answering them, and all along he saw a man who was standing at the corner of the hall and looking at Swami Vivekananda with pleading eyes. Finally, at about 3 or 4 hours after the satsang, this man came up to Swami Vivekananda. He was a Harijan, and Vivekananda asked him, what is it that you want to ask of me? To which this man replied, I don't have any questions, Swami, but I feel you must be hungry. For the past 3 hours, you've been patiently answering every question. I just got some milk for you to drink. Swami Vivekananda was extremely touched, and he said, you have love in your heart, which is a divine gift. And this is more valuable than all the scholastic interpretations and expositions that we have been indulging in for the past 3 hours. When Swami began to say that our lives is his message, we probably didn't understand the full significance of it. But today, every word, action, thought, feeling, and most importantly, our love will speak of who Bhagwan is. The answer to the how lies in nearness. Swami himself says, be attached under all conditions to the source, substance, and sum of all power. This attachment is called bhakti. For it is only when the forgot is in touch with live embers that it too can become a live ember. Cultivate nearness with me in the heart, and you shall be richly rewarded, he says. The answer to the how lies in oneness. Swami declares, do not posit any distance between you and me. Do not interpose the formalities of the guru-disciple relationship or even the attitudinal distinctions of the God-devotee relationship. Between you and me, I am neither guru nor God. I am you and you are I. That is the truth. There is no distinction, and that which appears so is the delusion. You are the waves, I am the ocean. Know this and be free, be divine. In this truly lies the answer to all the 3 questions of why, what, and how. Swami no doubt came to tell us that he is God, but most importantly, he came to tell us that we are God too. And that is what he wanted of us. He wanted all of us to understand our divine realities and assert it in our very daily lives and living, even as we are alive. And this, he says, is the greatest duty that each man owes unto himself. And this would be the truest expression of gratitude to Bhagwan, and the truest fulfillment of his mission on this earth. I would like to conclude with a prayer to our dear Lord. Swami, please bless us all this Dasara, that we not only have the ability to choose the good over the bad, but also have the ability to raise to the level which is beyond both good and bad, to the level of Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram that we truly are. We thank you, Swami, for coming amidst us. We thank you, Swami, for calling us to your divine lotus feet. And we thank you for continuing to keep us with your divine lotus feet. We thank you for everything, Swami. We all love you so much. Jai Sai Ram.
Let's thank the three speakers for their touching and thought-provoking words. I'm personally left with more of silence than words. It is now time that we prayerfully submit to Bhagwan to shower on us his divine message. Following Bhagwan's message, we will have a musical presentation by the Anantapur campus of the Sri Sathya Sai University. Sai Ram.
విద్యార్థులారా,
students,
యువకులారా,
youngsters,
ఈ చదువులంతా కూడాను దేశోద్ధారం కోసం చదవాలి, ఉపయోగపెట్టాలి.
you should make use of your studies for the
కేవలం
emancipation of
స్వార్థము
this country.
స్వప్రయోజనము, స్వార్థము స్వప్రయోజనము,
It should not be for selfishness.
ఇది
and
కేవలం
self-interest.
రాక్షస బ్రతుకు.
It is a demonic life.
కాదు కాదు, ఈ చదువును కూడా నువ్వు దుర్వినియోగం చేస్తున్నావు.
You are misusing your learning.
పరోపకారంలో పాటుపడాలి.
You should serve others.
పరులకు ఈ చదువు వల్ల ఎంతైనా సహాయం చేయాలి.
You should help everybody in every
ఏం
possible way.
చేస్తున్నారు మీరు సహాయం?
What help you are doing?
చేస్తున్నామంటావు, విదేశానికి ప్రయాణం
You
అయిపోతున్నావు.
say you are helping, but you go abroad.
ఈ విదేశాలకు పోయి ఏం చేస్తున్నావు అక్కడ?
What do you do there?
హోటల్స్ లో కప్పులు కడుగుతున్నారు.
You just wash the utensils,
నేను
dishes
చెప్తాను,
there.
హోటల్లో పోయి బయట దేశం లోపల కాఫీ కప్పులు కడిగేదానికంటే నీ ఇంటిలో నీవు కుండలు కడుగు చాలు, గౌరవమే.
Instead of washing dishes there abroad, better you wash, clean the pots at home.
ఇది నాదు మాతృదేశము,
This is my motherland.
ఇది నా ప్రియ మాతృభాష,
This is my mother
ఇది నా
tongue.
మతమంచు.
This is my religion.
ఎడగొట్టి నుడివరేని బ్రతికిన పీనుంగొక్క
If one cannot boast himself like that, he is a dead car.
పరులకు సహాయం చేయనటువంటి విద్యార్థి వాడు నిజంగా చచ్చిన వాడితో సమానమే.
A student who cannot help others is almost dead.
తన దాన్ని తాను పొందడానికి ప్రయత్నిస్తున్నాడే కానీ పరులకు కించిత్తైనా కూడా సహాయం చేయడానికి ప్రయత్నించడం లేదు.
He is just working for his selfish end, but he is not serving others.
అందుకోసమనే ఈ జిల్లాలో ఉండినటువంటి పల్లెలకు నా పిల్లల్ని పంపించి
Students will be visiting every village.
ప్రతి మానవునికి కూడాను పొట్టకింత అన్నం పెట్టి,
Bhagwan wants them to serve food to everybody.
ధరించడానికి ఒక వస్త్రం ఇచ్చి,
Bhagwan wants them to distribute
వారి
clothes.
కొంచెం విద్యాభ్యాసం బోధించి,
And that Bhagwan wants them to
ఈ
teach.
విధమైన మార్గం లోపల జగత్తును ఉద్ధారం చేయాలి.
And Bhagwan wants these boys, students, to help for the progress of the community.
మీరు కేవలం క్లాప్స్ వేస్తే నాకు ఆనందం కాదు, పనులు చేస్తే నాకు ఆనందం.
Claps will never make Swami happy. Your actions will make him happy.
మొట్ట మీరు కర్తవ్య కర్మాలు నిర్వర్తించాలి.
First discharge your duty you are supposed to.
ప్రతి పల్లెకు వెళ్ళాలి.
You should visit every village.
నేను ఒకనొక సమయంలో ఒక పేపర్లో చూచాను,
You must have seen in papers at one time.
అందులో చాలా విచారకమైన వార్త వచ్చింది.
A sad news item appeared.
ఒక తల్లి, అమాయకురాలైనటువంటి తల్లి,
An innocent mother,
అజ్ఞాని అయినటువంటి తల్లి,
ignorant mother,
ముగ్గురు బిడ్డలు చాకలేక
she could not take care of 3
వాళ్ళు
children.
అమ్మా అన్నమని అడుగుతుంటే ఇంత అన్నమైన వాళ్ళకి పెట్టడానికి వీలు లేక
When they were asking for food, she could not supply.
తానెంతో పస్తు ఉండి పిల్లల్ని పోషించింది.
In fact, she fasted and fed her children.
కడపటికి పిల్లల్ని పోషించడానికి కూడా శక్తి పోయింది.
She has no energy even to
అలాంటి
take care of
పరిస్థితుల్లో
children.
ఏం చేస్తుంది?
What could she do then?
శక్తిహీనురాలు.
She was so weak.
కనుకనే ఆ పిల్లలకు ఏదో కొంత విషం ఇచ్చింది, తాను త్రాగింది, మరణించారు.
And in fact, she gave poison to her children and she also died.
ఆ వార్తను నేను చూచాను.
Bhagwan saw that news column item.
ఛీ, భారతీయులు ఇంత కఠినరా, ఇంత దుర్మార్గుల,
Bharatiyas are so bad.
ఇంత దయాదాక్షిణ్య రహితుల,
Don't they have compassion and love?
ప్రేమమూర్తులైనటువంటి భారతీయులు
Bharatiyas embodiment
ఇలాంటి
of love.
దృశ్యాన్ని వినటము, ఇలాంటి దృశ్యాన్ని చూడటము చాలా పొరపాటు.
What an unfortunate situation is to watch
కనుకనే
that
ప్రతి
scene.
మానవుడు కూడాను
So every man
వీధి వీధి పల్లె పల్లె తిరిగి
should go around every street, every village.
ఆ అన్నపానాలు లేనటువంటి వ్యక్తులకు
And to those who don't have food and drink,
పొట్టకింత అన్నం పెట్టి,
and they serve food,
ఒంటికింత వస్త్రం తొడిగి,
and they should clothes,
వాళ్ళకు కొంచెం విద్యా బోధలు చేస్తూ
and
రావాలి.
they should also teach children.
తల్లిని కూడా బోధించాలి. అమ్మా, ఈ విధంగా మీరు ఈ విధంగా చేయకూడదు.
And mother also should teach properly.
కన్న తల్లియే ఈ విధమైనటువంటి కఠిన మాత్రంలో ప్రవేశిస్తే ఇంక ఎవరు దీన్ని ఉపకారం చేయగలరు
If the very mother takes you in the wrong direction, who
అని
can help
వారికి
you?
బోధించాలి.
She should teach properly.
కనుకనే ఇప్పుడు నా ఉద్దేశం ఏమిటంటే,
Bhagavan's plan is,
విద్యా సంస్థలు కట్టించాను,
Bhagavan brought the institution,
విద్యలు ఫ్రీగా బోధిస్తున్నాము.
education offered free,
దేహానికి గుండెకు హెల్త్ కావాలి,
and the health is required for heart.
బుర్రకు చదువు కావాలి,
For the head, education is necessary.
దేహానికి వాటర్ కావాలి.
For the body, water
ఈ
is
మూడు
necessary.
ఇచ్చాను.
Bhagavan gave the three.
కానీ చిన్న పిల్లలను కాపాడే నిమిత్తమై వారికి పొట్టకింత అన్నం పెట్టి, ఒంటికింత వస్త్రం తొడిగి, గౌరవమైనటువంటి ఒక దీనిగా వారు సమాజంలో తిరుగాడేటువంటి రీతిగా వాళ్ళకు కొంత చదువు కూడా చెప్పించాలి.
Bhagavan is going to give food to children. He is going to give them the clothing and also opportunity to study.
కనుకనే క్రమక్రమేణా దీన్ని అభివృద్ధి పరచాలి.
They grow gradually.
ఇప్పుడు ఈ పిల్లలకు పొట్టకింత అన్నం పెట్టడని,
They can feed their children
ఒంటికింత వస్త్రం తొడగమని
and give them clothing.
చెప్పి మా పిల్లల చేత విద్యాభివృద్ధి
And
గావించుకుంటున్నారు.
Bhagavan will make students to teach those village boys.
వారు కేవలం ధనంలో పేదవారే కానీ వారు కూడాను మానవత్వానికి చెందినటువంటి వాళ్ళే.
Though they are poor in respect of money, they are
వారందరూ మీ
human beings.
బ్రదర్స్ మాదిరి మీరు తీసుకోవాలి.
You should take them as your
ఆ
brother.
ప్రేమతత్వాన్ని అభివృద్ధి పరచాలి,
And you should love them.
దివ్యత్వాన్ని పెంచాలి.
And you should they grow in
అందరి
the
యొక్క
divine
బ్రదర్స్
path.
అండ్ సిస్టర్స్ అనేటువంటి పెద్ద భావాన్ని పెంచుకోవాలి.
You should have broad-mindedness that all are brothers and sisters.
కనుకనే లారీలు తీసుకొని,
And you take
ఈ లారీల లోపల చీరలు పంచులు పెట్టుకొని,
lorries, loads of cheer, of sarees
పిల్లలకంతా
and
కూడా
dhotis.
నిక్కర్లు షర్ట్లు అంతా తీసుకొని
And you pick up shirts also.
పల్లె పల్లె తిరిగి,
You'll be visiting village after
ఇక్కడ
village.
నుంచి నేను అన్నం వస్త్రాలంతా కూడా దానికి ప్యాకులు చేసుకొని
And you take the packets of food with
పల్లె
you.
పల్లెకు పిల్లల్ని తీసుకొని పోయి మీతో వారిని పంచాలి.
And you start distributing food there in every village.
ఇది నిజమైనటువంటి మానవ జీవితముకు సరైన లక్ష్యము.
This is the aim of human life.
వారి జీవితం అంతా కూడా ఇంకా ఏ విధమైన బాధలు లేకుండా ఉంటారు.
They will not have any suffering throughout their life to
ఇంతే
come.
కాదు,
Not only this,
నా సంకల్పం ఇంకా కూడా వజ్ర సంకల్పము.
Bhagavan's will is so strong like a diamond.
ఎప్పుడు కూడా నువ్వు పరోపకార సంబంధమైనటువంటిదే కానీ స్వార్థమైనటువంటి నా ఎక్కడ చూసినా కనిపించదు.
Bhagavan's will is only to help everybody, no trace of selfishness.
ఆ చిన్న మీ బ్రదర్స్ అంతా కూడాను సిస్టర్స్ కూడాను మీరు చాలా ఉద్ధారం చేయాలి.
And you should also help those brothers and sisters.
చదివి మీరు ధనమును సంపాదించుకోవడం కోసం బయట పోకూడదు.
You don't need to go outside to earn money.
నిజంగా మీరు బయట పోతున్నారంటే ఇది భిక్షమెత్తినటువంటి వారు అవుతారు.
If
మీరు
you go outside, you turn into a beggar.
ఇక్కడ ఏ విధమైనటువంటి ఖర్చు లేకుండా మీరు చదివినారు.
In fact, you have educated free of cost.
బయటికి పోయి మీరు ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టు సంపాదించుకుంటూ కూర్చుంటే దీనివల్ల వచ్చిన ఫలితం
If
ఏమిటి?
you earn money alone, what is the result?
నీవు కూడా ఉన్నటువంటి వారు కాబట్టి వీరు కూడా నువ్వు సహాయంలో ప్రవేశించాలి.
Since you have sufficient on hand, help others.
మీ యొక్క పరిస్థితిని నేను చూసుకుంటాను.
Bhagavan will take care of you.
మీ తిండి తీర్థానికి ఏమాత్రము
There will
తొందరపడనక్కర్లేదు.
be no shortage, dearth for food or comfort.
మా తిండి తీర్థములు ఎట్లా అని మీరు సందేహించనక్కర్లేదు.
You don't need to doubt about your comfort.
ఉపకారం చేసిన వారికి దైవం ఎప్పుడూ అపకారం చేయడు.
If you help, you'll never be put to harm by
మీరు
God.
విశాలమైన భావాన్ని పెంచుకోండి,
Have broad-mindedness.
సంకుచితమైన భావాన్ని దుర్మానండి.
Kill the narrow-mindedness.
అప్పుడు విశాలమైన భావం తీసుకున్నప్పుడే
And when you go broad,
అదే మీలో ఉన్నటువంటి కంట్రాక్షన్ లవ్ కాదు, ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ లవ్.
it's not contraction love, it should be expansion love.
ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ లవ్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడే మీరు మానవులుగా జీవిస్తారు.
There's expansion love, you can lead the life of
లేదా
the
నేను
human
నా
being.
భార్య నా పిల్లలు నా ఇది చిన్నగా సంకుచితమైన భావంతో కుమిలిపోవటం కాదు మీరు ప్రయత్నం చేయకండి.
After all, never be frustrated limiting your love to your wife and children and the family
ఏమిటి ఈ
alone.
వాంఛల వల్ల కలిగేటువంటి యొక్క ఆనందము?
What bliss you get out of desire.
మానసికమైనటువంటి వాంఛలు,
It's only mean
మీరు
desire.
అనుభవించేటువంటి వాంఛలు పశుపక్ష మృగాదులు కూడా అనుభవిస్తున్నాయి.
The mean desires are equally shared
ఈ
by birds and
అనుభవించడానికి
beasts.
మీరు బంధన కలగటం.
Why should you be led
చీ
to
చీ
bondage?
చీ చీ. చదువుకున్నటువంటి పిల్లలు ఈ విధమైన దుర్మార్గంలో పోతున్నారంటే చాలా అవమానకరం.
It's a matter of shame if educated youngsters proceed in this way.
వారికంటే తెలియని సమయం లోపల వాళ్ళు అపవిత్రమైన మార్గంలో ప్రవేశించి
When you do not know you are in
పశువుల
unsacred
కంటే
path,
హీనంగా ప్రవర్తిస్తున్నారు.
and they behave worse than
కానీ
animals.
మీరు ఇన్ని విన్నటువంటి మీరు
You
మీరు
are-
కూడా పశువులు కాకండి.
Having heard so long, you cannot be an animal.
ఎక్కడ పోయినప్పటికీ నీవు చింతించుకో.
Wherever you may go, think
నేను
yourself.
మనిషిని కాదు, యుగము మృగం కాదు.
I am a human being. I am not animal.
నేను అనిమల్ కాదు,
I am not animal.
నేను మానవుణ్ణి.
I am a human being.
కనుక ఆ విధంగా యోచించి ఈ మానవతా హృదయాన్ని అభివృద్ధి పరచుకోవాలి.
Have the human heart, grow in this way.
ఈ పశుగుణములు దూరం చేసుకోవాలి.
Give up the animal quality.
లేకపోతే మీరు కూడా ఈ యొక్క సుఖాన్ని అనుభవించడానికి పోతున్నారంటే పశువు కంటే మీరు గొప్పవారు కాదు.
If you also work in the ordinary way, you are in no way greater than
పశువులు ఏ
animal.
చదువులు చదవలేదు,
Animal has no education,
ఏ డిగ్రీలు
has
తీసుకోలేదు,
no degree.
ఏ సంపాదనకు పాటుపడలేదు.
No, they have not struggled for money.
సకాలానికి భుజిస్తున్నాయి,
They eat on time.
మరి ఒంటి నుంచుకొని పని చేస్తున్నాయి.
They work.
మనకు కూడాను రెక్కలాడితే డొక్కలాడతాయి.
And we can feed ourselves if we work hard.
మనం పని చేయాలి బాగా.
We have to work
ఏ
sincerely.
పని?
What work?
ఈ పల్లెల్లో ఉన్నటువంటి పిల్లలంతా కూడాను చాలా ఉద్ధారం చేయాలి.
We should help all the children there
వారికి
in
కొన్ని
villages.
చదువులు నేర్పించాలి,
We should teach them.
గుణములు నేర్పాలి,
And we should-
ప్రవర్తనను సరైనట్టుగా తీర్చిదిద్దాలి.
And we should see that
ఈ
their conduct
విధమైనటువంటి
will improve.
తీర్చినారంటే తిరిగి పవిత్రమైన భారతదేశము దేదీప్యమానంగా కూడా ఆదర్శవంతమైనటువంటి భారతదేశంగా రూపొందుతుంది.
The culture of Bharat will shine forth brilliantly and it's going to be ideal nation.
కనుకనే ప్రతి దాని యందు కూడా మీరు ఐడియల్ గా రూపొందాలి.
So you should be ideal in every aspect.
ఈ విధమైనటువంటి కార్యంలో
In this
మీరు
task,
ప్రవేశించి
you should undertake.
సరైనటువంటి మానవత్వాన్ని నిలుపుకుంటారని నేను ఆశిస్తున్నాను.
Bhagavan wants you to uphold the real
ఇక
human
నిలుపుకునేటువంటి వారి
quality.
కర్మ నష్టం రాసిన వ్రత కన్నా కలదా నూరేండు చింతిన్నాను వారు పోతారు.
After all, those that bound to live, yes, they have to live as per
కానీ
the destiny.
సాధ్యమైనంత వరకు కూడాను నా పిల్లలు అట్ట పోరు.
But our students will not go like that.
కనుక సాధ్యమైనంత వరకు నువ్వు ముక్కాలు భాగమైన కూడా నువ్వు నిలిచి ఈ సేవలో పాల్గొంటారు.
They will certainly participate in this activity in the plan of Bhagavan.
కేవలం వాంఛలకు మీరు గురి కాకండి,
Don't run after
ఈ
desire.
దుర్బుద్ధులకు గురి కాకండి,
Don't have bad
దురభ్యాసములకు గురి కాకండి,
And don't face
దుస్సంగంలో
problems.
చేరకండి.
Don't be in bad company.
మీరు సత్సంగంలో ప్రవేశించి
Be in good company.
సత్ప్రవర్తనలో చేరి
And you be in good company.
సన్మార్గులుగా మీరు ఆదర్శంగా నిరూపించాలి.
You should be good men and women and be ideal.
నీవు చదివినటువంటి వాడు
I'm
నీకు
educated.
ఒక సీజన్ రీజన్ ఉంటుండాది.
Being an educated man, you
కానీ
have reason
సీజన్
and
రీజన్
season.
లేనటువంటి మృగాల వలె మీరు కూడా
You
ప్రవర్తించకూడదు.
should not be like animal without reason and season.
మీరు అసత్యం ఆడకూడదు,
I will not utter a lie.
అన్యాయం చేయకూడదు,
I would not be.
అక్రమాల్లో ప్రవేశించకూడదు.
I will never be in the wrong path.
అప్పుడే మీరు ఒక విధమైనటువంటి సత్యసాయి ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ లో చేసినటువంటి మంచి పవిత్రమైన ఆదర్శప్రాయులని రూపొందుతారు.
There lies the very ideal and idealism of having belonged
నేను
to
మీ
such a
నుండి
society.
ఏమీ కోరటం లేదు.
Bhagavan doesn't want anything from you.
ఎక్కడ పోయినప్పటికీ మీరు మంచి పేరు తెచ్చుకోండి,
You may go anywhere, get a good name,
మంచి ప్రవర్తనలో ప్రవేశించండి,
have good conduct,
మంచి పనులు చేయండి.
do good actions.
ఎవరు చెప్పినా సరియే,
Let anyone say.
మీ మంచి భావాలను వదలకండి.
Never give up your own good views.
ఎవరు చెప్పినా కూడా సరియే,
Let
సార్
anyone say.
మీరు చెప్పేటువంటి వింటున్నాను కానీ నేను ఈ దుర్మార్గంలో ప్రవేశించను.
You can say, sir, I am hearing you, but I don't do that. You
నేను
can say,
పవిత్రమైన మార్గంలో నేను మానవుణ్ణి,
I'm a human being.
నేను పశువు కాదు.
I'm not animal.
కాబట్టి నేను మానవుడిగా బ్రతకాలి.
I should live like a
మానవుడు
human
అనగా
being.
ఏమిటి? నమ్మిక కలిగినటువంటి వాడు మానవుడు.
Human being means the one who has faith,
పవిత్రమైన గుణములు కలిగినటువంటి వాడు
the one with
మానవుడు.
sacred quality,
పవిత్రమైన ఆదర్శాన్ని అందుకునేవాడు మానవుడు.
the one who has that sacred
ఆదర్శాన్ని
idealism,
అందించేటువంటి వాడు మానవుడు.
the one who sets himself as an
ఎవరికి
ideal to
అపకారం
others,
చేయనటువంటి వాడు మానవుడు.
the one who will never harm anybody.
అందువల్లే మీరు ఏం చదివినారు?
Whatever you study,
సద్గుణములు,
good
సద్బుద్ధి,
virtues, good mind,
సత్యనిరతి,
truth,
భక్తి,
devotion,
క్రమశిక్ష,
discipline,
కర్తవ్య పాలనములు
duty,
నేర్పునది విద్య.
education confers these
విద్యార్థి
values.
నేర్వవలెను.
Student has to learn them.
ఇవి నేర్చి మీరు బయటికి పోయి దీనికి పవిత్రమైనటువంటివి అంతా పోగొట్టుకుంటుంటే మీరు ఇంకేం ప్రయోజనం చదివి?
Having learnt all these things, if you forget them and get into the world, what
మీరు
for?
చదివినవన్నీ హృదయంలో హత్తుకొని పోవాలి.
All these things you studied here must be imprinted in your heart.
ఆ హత్తుకొని పోయినటువంటివి నిరంతరం కూడా నువ్వు మననం చేస్తూ రావాలి.
Those which are imprinted must be recapitulated.
సత్సంగాన్ని చూసినప్పుడు నీవు సంతోషపడాలి.
You should be happy in a good company.
ఎవరైనా బాధపడుతుంటే నీవు ఏమాత్రం కూడా ఆనందించకూడదు.
You should never be happy watching the
ఆ బాధ
unhappiness of
నివారణ
others.
గావించడానికి ఏమైనా నీవు సహాయం చేయాలి.
You should help in every possible way to
శారీరకంగా,
alleviate suffering.
మానసికంగా, దాన రీతిగా దేంట్లోనైనా కూడా చేయాలి.
Physically, psychologically, financially, you should help others.
ఇవన్నీ కూడా నువ్వు స్వామి యొక్క ఆశయాలు.
These are the ideals of
నీ
Bhagavan.
స్వామిని అనుసరించేటువంటి పిల్లలు
Students that follow
ఆశయాలకు
Bhagavan,
తగినట్టుగా నడుచుకోవాలి.
they should work for these ideals.
దీనికి తగినటువంటి రీతిగా అధ్యాపకులు కూడా మీ వెంట పంపుతాను.
Teachers also will follow you.
కానీ వాళ్ళకి హాలిడేస్ వచ్చినప్పుడు వాళ్ళు మాత్రం ఏం చేస్తారు?
During vacation, what are they going to do?
వారు కూడా బయటికి పోయి పిల్లల్ని పోషించినట్టుగా వారి పిల్లల్ని ఏ రీతిగా పోషిస్తారో బయట పిల్లల్ని కూడా ఆ రీతిగా
The teachers, just as they take care of their children, will also have to take care of the children there in the village.
అన్నిటికీ ముఖ్యమైనటువంటిది ప్రేమ.
Love is most important of
ప్రేమ
all.
ఒక్కటి ఉంటే ఏ పనైనా మనం ఆనందంగా చేయగలం.
With love, you can do delightfully any hard task.
ప్రేమను పెంచుకోండి.
Develop love.
ఎలాంటి ప్రేమ?
What love?
స్వార్థరహితమైన ప్రేమ,
The selfless love has to be
స్వప్రయోజన
developed,
రహితమైనటువంటి ప్రేమ.
which is no
అప్పుడే మీరు
selfishness.
నిజమైనటువంటి యొక్క ప్రేమను పొందినటువంటి వారు అవుతారు.
Then you will have true love in spirit.
ఈ ప్రేమ హృదయం నుండి ఆవిర్భవించేటువంటిది కానీ బయట నుంచి కూరేటువంటిది కాదు.
Love comes out of one's own heart, not stuffed from
ఈ ప్రేమ
outside.
ఊరుతూ 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 వస్తుంది.
It goes on oozing from within.
కనుక ప్రపంచమంతా కూడా మన యొక్క ప్రేమతత్వాన్ని చాటుతూ
We
పోవాలి.
should publicize, propagate their
దుర్మార్గులు
love.
కూడా మన ప్రేమను చూచి వారు కూడా నేను మానవుడై పుట్టి ఈ విధమైన గతిని పొందుతున్నానా అని వాడు కూడా మార్చుకోవచ్చు.
Even the wicked people should transform watching over the practice of love.
కనుక మొట్టమొదట మీరు బాగుపడి ఇతరులు బాగుపడడానికి తగినటువంటి కృషి
First
చేయండి.
you be good and make others good.
విద్యార్థులారా,
Students,
ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా,
embodiments of love.
ముఖ్యంగా మీరు ఆశించేటువంటి దీంట్లోపల భవిష్యత్తును ఏ రీతిగా పొందాలనుకుంటున్నారు?
How do you expect the future?
ఇదిగో ఈ విధమైన మార్గంలో మీరు భవిష్యత్తును సార్థకం గావించుకోండి.
This is the way you should live in future.
ఎంతమంది ఈ సేవలో పాల్గొంటారు రేపు ఫస్ట్ నుంచి?
How many are going to participate in service activity?
వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్.
Bhagavan says very good, very good.
దీనిని మీరు సార్థకం చేసుకోండి.
Yes, bring it to reality.
ఇప్పుడే నాకు చాలా కడుపు నిండింది.
Oh, Bhagavan is already happy.
నేను ఎప్పుడు హ్యాపీనే,
Bhagavan is always happy.
కానీ దీంతో మరింత హ్యాపీ పొందిన.
He is much more happy now.
కనుక ఈ నవరాత్రి మహోత్సవములు
This
నవ
Navaratri
విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క భక్తిని అభివృద్ధి పరిచి,
and you should grow in devotion.
ఏమిటి ఆ నవవిధ భక్తులు?
What are 9 forms of devotion?
శ్రవణం,
Listening,
కీర్తనం,
Singing,
విష్ణు స్మరణం,
chanting,
పాదసేవనం,
service,
వందనం,
salutation,
అర్చనం,
worship,
దాస్యం,
servitude,
స్నేహం,
friendship,
ఆత్మనివేదనం.
self-surrender.
ఇదే నిజమైనటువంటి మార్గములు.
These are true paths,
ఈ
ways.
నవవిధ మార్గం లోపల మీరు ప్రవేశించి
You get into these 9 paths of devotion
నవీనమైనటువంటి యొక్క సంస్కారం అభివృద్ధి పరిచి
with all new culture.
కేవలము నవీనమైనటువంటి యొక్క సమాజం అభివృద్ధి పరచాలి.
And you should develop a new order of society.
అది నేను ఈనాడు కోరేది.
That's what Bhagavan wants you to do.
ఎంతమంది మీరు ఈ పేపర్స్ చదివి ఎంత దీన్ని ఆనందిస్తున్నారా?
You think you are happy by reading it?
ఎంతమంది ఎన్నో అవస్థలకు గురి అవుతున్నారు.
Many people have been suffering.
కనుక ఈ అవస్థను సాధ్యమైనంత వరకు కూడా మీ శక్తి కొలది మీరు దూరం చేసి
We should remove the troubles of
మీరు
others to the extent
తరించి
possible. You should be
పరులను
redeemed.
తరింపజేసి
You should help for others to
దేశానికి
redemption.
గొప్ప కీర్తిని తేవాలి.
And you should bring a good name to this country.
మీరు వ్యక్తిగతంగా మీరు ప్రవేశించకూడదు.
You should not be at the individual level.
దేశంలో ఉన్నటువంటి యొక్క సంస్థను నా యొక్క సంస్థగా నీవు అనుకోవాలి.
You should consider nation as your own.
Thou art the soul of every call. To Thee, dear Lord, we offer our all. On this auspicious occasion of Dasara celebrations, we, the students and staff of Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Anantapur campus, present a musical rendition entitled Sai Sikshanalo Bharatiya Vanita, beginning with a Ganesha Stuti.
गजमुखा विनायका पाहि मां गणाधिपा। एकदन्त महाकाय पार्वती तनया वक्रतुण्ड विशालाक्ष सिन्दूरवदना एकदन्त महाकाय
in this contemporary world. The Lord's assurance instills a hope for rejuvenation of culture and upliftment of womankind, its custodians. And so began his mission. Establishment of educational institutions constitutes one of the initial steps in his mission. The first in this chain is a college for women at Anantapur. It was inaugurated on 22nd July 1968 to impart knowledge that strengthens the physical, educational, and spiritual power of women. In this complicated world, where there is dilemma in the minds of young women, a daughter inquires with her mother about the fading values of the great Bharatiya culture. Let us now turn our attention to the conversation between a mother and a daughter.
Mother, education with character building and empowering women with spiritual values in the world today? How can one achieve this?
It is not as arduous as it seems, dear. Our Bhagwan gives simple guidelines for a living, which when implicitly adhered to, lead one to the greater goals of life. Just listen to this.
లోకాలనే విశ్వనాథుడు నీవే కదా. స్త్రీలందరి మర్యాదను పెంచేవు, ప్రత్యేకత తెలిపేవు, స్థానం కల్పించేవు. సాయి యొక్క ధర్మ శిక్షణ వనితలకు ఇదే రక్షణ. ఇది సాయి యొక్క ధర్మ శిక్షణ.
Oh, that was so simple, yet so profound. Mother, tell me more about how Bhagwan reiterates the role of women in making a good society.
Modesty alone accentuates feminine power and glory.
पञ्चमाधुर्यं विनयः विनम्रतादयः एतेषां मृदुभाषणम् एकीभूतगुणं तथा एतेषां मृदुभाषणम् एकीभूतगुणं तथा.
Sweetness in speech and humility are the attendant qualities of modesty.
It is indeed inspiring, Mother.
Certainly, it is these virtues that render a woman as powerful.
By power, do you mean strength of character?
Why is not the ability to love power? Power is also the ability to forgive, to persevere, and to sacrifice. These qualities are instrumental in building a nation at large. Haven't we heard of mighty women like Maitri, Sulabha, and Gargi, whose exemplary lives are a testimony to the indestructible power of women?
Mother, isn't it surprising that the ideals that these women have stood by are what our dear Bhagwan always reiterates?
Absolutely, dear. So now, do you understand that our Lord's words are timeless and universal?
True, Mother. Sai Mate Vedam.
Yes, and when we live by it, we, women, earn Mother Sai's grace and thus redeem our lives. Beloved Bhagwan, we pray that you bless us to reach up to your expectations.
Your compassion is what we yearn for. Your wisdom is what we seek. Your forgiveness is what we ask for. And it is for your grace that we pray. Sharanam Mate, Sharanam.
Sharanam Veda Swarupini Sharanam మనసార దీవించుమా మా శ్రీలక్ష్మి సిరి సంపదవై కొలుగుండుమా మము దయదలచి మరి కరుణించి మము బ్రోవగరావమ్మా ఈ కలియుగములో మా పాపాలని తొలగించుటకు రావమ్మా ఈ కలియుగములో మా పాపాలని తొలగించుటకు రావమ్మా అతీశ్వరీ దేవి మాపై ప్రేమను కురిపించుమా మా చేపట్టి నడిపి మము గమ్యం చేర్చుమా నువ్వు భాగ్యలక్ష్మి అయి ధైర్యలక్ష్మి అయి దీవించగరావా నువ్వు భాగ్యలక్ష్మి అయి ధైర్యలక్ష్మి అయి కాపాడగరావా शंकरी देवी शरण्य महेश्वरी गौरी शिवप्रीति जगन्मयी संकटहारिणी कात्यायनी शंकरी देवी शरण्य महेश्वरी गौरी शिवप्रीति जगन्मयी संकटहारिणी कात्यायनी महादेवी त्रिपुरारी महिषासुरमर्दिनि मा बहुपालिंచి శోభించుమా दुर्गति नाशिनी पाप विनाशिनी अम्बे भवानी माँ दुर्गति नाशिनी पाप विनाशिनी दुर्गा भवानी माँ दुर्गति नाशिनी पाप विनाशिनी देवी भवानी माँ
Dearest Saima, you fulfill our desires. You wipe away all our fears. You are by our side in every walk of ours. We are we because we are yours. we conclude the program with a prayer seeking your grace, dear Mother. Let our hearts ever feel thy presence. Let our hands be ever engaged in thy service. Let our minds be ever tuned to thee. Let our lives be ever lived to please thee.
शिव ज्योति सर्वकामया श्रीगिरिनिलया निरामया सर्वमङ्गला श्रीललिता शिव ज्योति सर्वकामया श्रीगिरिनिलया निरामया सर्वमङ्गला श्रीललिता शिव ज्योति सर्वकामया जगमुन चिरुनगमुन परिपालिंचे जननी अनयमु मम कनिकरमुन कापाडे जननी जगमुन चिरुनगमुन परिपालिंचे जननी अनयमु मम कनिकरमुन कापाडे जननी मनसे नीवशमय स्मरणे जीवनमयी मनसे नीवशमय स्मरणे जीवनमयी मायनि वरमेयवि परमेश्वरि मङ्गलदायकि श्रीललिता शिव ज्योति सर्वकामया अंदरि कन्ना चंदनि तल्लकि सूर्यहारति अंदालुलिके चल्లని तल्लिकि चंद्रहारति अंदरि कन्ना चंदनि तल्लिकि सूर्यहारति अंदालुलिके चल्లని तल्लिकि चंद्रहारति ब्रह्मन तलुगुल कलल ज्योతుల कर्पूर हारति सकल निगम विनोद चरण शाश्वत मंगल हारति श्रीललिता शिव ज्योति सर्वकामया श्रीगिरिनिलया निरामया सर्वमङ्गला श्रीललिता शिव ज्योति सर्वकामया 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 शान्ति शान्ति
विनायका 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 विघ्न विनाशक विनायका विनाशक विनायका गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदना गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदना पार्वती नंदन गजानन विनायक गौरी नंदन हे शिवनंदन पार्वती नंदन गजानन भूषितवाहन गजानन मोदकहस्ता गजानन मोदकहस्ता गजानन विनायका विनायका
मंगल शुभ करी माता महेश्वरी
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 अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी
अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी
अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी
अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी
मंगल शुभ करी माता महेश्वरी
मंगल शुभ करी माता महेश्वरी
राजीवलोचनी राजराजेश्वरी
राजीवलोचनी राजराजेश्वरी
राजीवलोचनी राजराजेश्वरी
राजीवलोचनी राजराजेश्वरी
आदि पराशक्ति श्री परमेश्वरी
आदि पराशक्ति श्री परमेश्वरी
आदि पराशक्ति श्री परमेश्वरी
आदि पराशक्ति श्री परमेश्वरी
आनंद रूपिणी साई शिव शंकरी
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 मंगल शुभ करी माता महेश्वरी
मंगल शुभ करी माता महेश्वरी
अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी
अम्बे भवानी अखिलांडेश्वरी
मंगल शुभ करी माता महेश्वरी
मंगल शुभ करी माता महेश्वरी
राजीवलोचनी राजराजेश्वरी
राजीवलोचनी राजराजेश्वरी
आदि पराशक्ति श्री परमेश्वरी
आदि पराशक्ति श्री परमेश्वरी
आनंद रूपिणी साई शिव शंकरी
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 मंगल शुभ करी माता महेश्वरी
सर्वधर्म स्वरूप साई सर्वधर्म स्वरूप साई
सर्वधर्म स्वरूप साई
कल्कि के अवतारा
अवतारा
के अवतारा
कल्कि के अवतारा
मेरे बाबा
सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तं ब्रह्म सत्यं ज्ञानम् अनन्तं ब्रह्म सत्यं ज्ञानम् अनन्तं ब्रह्म सत्यं
शांति शांति शांति।
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
Om Shri Sai Ram. With the divine blessings of our most beloved Bhagwan, as per the tradition, tomorrow morning we will be celebrating the Ayudha Puja on the holy occasion of Durgastami, even as we enter the 7th day of the Sri Sathya Sai Grama Seva and the 5th day of the Veda Purusha Saptaha Jnana Yajnam in the Purnachandra Auditorium. Tomorrow morning, after the Mangal Aarti at 9:30 a.m., we will be having Bhagwan's Divya Darshan in Sai Kulwant Hall. Tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. in the Purnachandra Hall, we will be having Hari Katha titled Sri Sathya Sai Avatara Vaibhavam Sai Bhagavatam by Hari Katha Chudamani Sri Appali Raghavendra Rao Bhagavatar from Vijayanagaram, Andhra Pradesh. He will be accompanied by Srimati K. Vedavati Ganesh on violin and Sri D. Anant on mridangam. Tomorrow evening at 4:40 p.m. in Sai Kulwant Hall, after the regular Vedam chanting, the Prasanthi Vidwan Maha Sabha will commence with the invocatory Vedic chants by the students of the Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Anantapur campus. We'll then be witnessing a unique form of Telugu literary feat, Astavadhana, being offered at the Divine Lotus feet by Guru Sahasravadhani, Dr. Kadimilla Varaprasad, an extremely accomplished scholar from the West Godavari district, Andhra Pradesh, and a team of 8 accomplished scholars from the Telugu literary world who will be asking questions in tandem to Dr. Varaprasad, who will be donning the role of Astavadhani, answering all the questions in the form of poetry. This will be followed by Bhagwan's divine discourse. The evening program will then conclude with bhajans and Mangalarti, followed by Bhagwan's Divya Darshan. Jai Sai Ram.
ఓం శ్రీ సాయిరామ్. భగవాన్ శ్రీ సత్యసాయి బాబా వారి దివ్య అనుగ్రహ ఆశీసులతో రేపటి రోజున మహాష్టమి సందర్భముగా ఆయుధ పూజ నిర్వహింపబడును. శ్రీ సత్యసాయి గ్రామసేవ యొక్క 7వ రోజు మరియు పూర్ణచంద్ర వేదిక యందు ఎంతో వైభవంగా జరుపుకుంటున్న వేద పురుష సప్తాహ జ్ఞానయజ్ఞం యొక్క 5వ రోజు కార్యక్రమం రేపటి దినం కొనసాగును. రేపొద్దున్న 9:30 మంగళహారతి అనంతరం సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం నందు భక్తులు స్వామివారి దివ్య దర్శనం చేసుకోగలరు. రేపటి మధ్యాహ్నం 3 గంటలకు పూర్ణచంద్ర హాలు నందు విజయనగరం వాస్తవ్యులు హరికథా చూడామణి శ్రీ అప్పలి రాఘవేంద్రరావు భాగవతార్ గారిచే శ్రీ సత్యసాయి అవతార వైభవం సాయి భాగవతం అను అంశంపై హరికథా శ్రవణం నిర్వహింపబడును. శ్రీమతి కె వేదవతి గణేష్ గారు వయలిన్పై మరియు శ్రీ డి అనంత్ గారు మృదంగంపై వాద్య సహకారం అందిస్తారు. ప్రశాంతి విద్వాన్ మహాసభ యొక్క 5వ రోజు కార్యక్రమం సాయి కుల్వంత్ సభా మండపం నందు రేపు సాయంత్రం 4:40 నిత్య వేద పఠనం అనంతరం శ్రీ సత్యసాయి ఉన్నత విద్యా సంస్థలు అనంతపూర్ క్యాంపస్ విద్యార్థినుల వేదోచ్చారణచే ప్రారంభమగును. తదుపరి పశ్చిమ గోదావరి జిల్లా నుండి విచ్చేసిన గొప్ప పండితులు గురు సహస్రావధాని డాక్టర్ కడిమెళ్ల వరప్రసాద్ గారిచే అష్టావధానం సల్పబడును. తదుపరి స్వామివారి దివ్య ఉపన్యాసం. రేపటి సాయంత్రం కార్యక్రమం భజన మరియు మంగళహారతితో ముగియను. అనంతరం స్వామివారి దివ్య దర్శనం. జై సాయిరామ్.
Sairam, I now invite the All India President, Sri Sathya Sai Seva Organizations, and the Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust member, Sri V. Srinivasan, to come and make an important announcement.
Om Shri Sai Ram. With reverential prayers to our beloved Bhagavan, I have an important announcement to make. As we know, a very severe cyclonic storm is threatening the northern parts of Andhra Pradesh, particularly Srikakulam district, and the state of Odisha, particularly 4 districts, the districts of Khurda, Puri, Jagatsinghpur, and Ganjam. In fact, in Ganjam, already the effects are being felt. Bhagwan had constructed 1,000 houses for those who were affected by the floods previously, and these permanent buildings are now serving as a cyclone shelter. Also, by Bhagwan's grace, in several districts, cyclone shelters have been built, and many people have started taking refuge here. Today, at this time, devotees are gathering at Sai Samitis, Bhajan Mandalis, to pray to our beloved Sai Mata for protection, to mitigate the effects of this cyclone. Let us all pray for Bhagwan's divine protection for all our brothers and sisters of these affected districts. Jai Sai Ram.